You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
The night at Wrigley Field was not kind to the Mets, who were handed a 10-3 loss by the Chicago Cubs. New York fell behind early, and though there were brief flashes of hope, they never really climbed out of the hole. Young pitcher Jonah Tong, who has shown promise but is still working to find consistency, had a rough outing. He was tagged for 5 runs in the 3rd inning, and by the time the Mets' bats began to stir, the damage had already been done. Tong's struggles started in the 1st when he allowed a leadoff double, followed by a walk after a close call on a changeup that didn't go his way. Still, he managed to escape unscathed thanks to Tyrone Taylor's laser throw from the outfield that nailed Michael Busch at the plate and a groundout that ended the innings. The 2nd inning was smooth, but the 3rd unraveled quickly. A bloop single and another walk set the stage, and then Chicago pounced. Ian Happ's double down the line brought in 2 runs. Moises Ballesteros followed with another RBI hit, and Seiya Suzuki added an RBI double. By the time Tong was pulled, the Cubs were already in firm control, and his ERA had ballooned further. The Mets' offense, meanwhile, was silent until the 5th inning. Francisco Alvarez finally broke through with a towering 2-run homer to left, his 2nd straight night going deep at Wrigley. That cut the deficit to 6-2, but it would prove to be only a brief spark. Later, Juan Soto added his 43rd home run of the season, an impressive solo shot, but that was the only contribution from the top of the Mets' order. Francisco Lindor, Pete Alonso, and Starling Marte all went hitless on the night, a frustrating sign for a team fighting for every inch in the wildcard race. The Cubs, on the other hand, just kept adding on. A solo homer from Matt Shaw, another long ball from Michael Busch, and sharp bullpen work kept the Mets at bay. The final score, 10-3, reflected not just the Cubs' offensive balance, but also the Mets' inability to seize momentum. Still, the loss didn't sink New York's postseason hopes entirely. Thanks to the Pirates beating the Reds and the Dodgers edging out the Diamondbacks, the Mets remain 1 game ahead of both Cincinnati and Arizona for the final NL wildcard spot, with just 4 games left to play. That slim margin offers little comfort, but it's survival for now. As the series wraps up Thursday, the Mets will send Nolan McLean to the mound, looking to bounce back against Chicago's Shota Imanaga. With the playoff race tightening by the day, every pitch and every swing carries weight. For the Mets, it's less about style at this point and more about survival, because the postseason window is still open, but just barely. Stay subscribed for more videos.